Hey guys, so I'm back at it again with another pop art zombie look, something that I've done I think the last 2 years, but it still seems to be a pretty popular like Halloween costume, so I figured I'd do one again. So first thing I'm doing is taking black face paint and just outlining some of the shapes around my face. So this area is going to be where there's like exposed teeth. These are going to be like a few cuts on the side of my face, and then I brought this one down onto my neck as well. So like an exposed neck and like ribs and stuff like that. So this is just the under eye area, and this is just a really rough outline. You'll see in this part of the video I actually adjust some of the shapes that I didn't like, and then the rest just gets painted over whatever other mistakes I've made. And then all the face paint that I've used for this tutorial is Snazaroo brand face painting, and it's just those big pucks. And then I think I used one palette as well that I had bought. That was just like a mixture of neon colors. And I think I bought them all at Michael's like art supply store. So it's nice. I finally have a video where it's like all one brand, not a mixture of a bunch of random stuff. So I'm still just doing some of the outlines, I think the nose, and then that's pretty much it. And then the rest of this space that's left, I start filling in with this blue color right here. Yeah, so anything that I didn't do an outline just gets filled in with blue. So next thing I'm doing is taking a dark purple eyeshadow and just kind of doing a little quick smoky eye on my eyes, and then I use a light pink color to highlight under my brow bone. And then I end up taking this same like fluffy brush I'm using for this here, and taking the purple and tracing all along that black face paint on the outer edges, just to like darken up some of those shapes there. And then I'm going to be filling in. So now I'm back in that purple color and just going over my lips to kind of give them a nice purple color. And then, yeah, outlining all those shapes and blending it in. So next thing I'm doing is taking this white face paint and just drawing in the teeth with a round circular brush. And then I draw in some of the bones as well. And that's an area where I made a mistake, so I just cover it with the white face paint. And for those of you that have me on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, this is like pretty much the exact same as the look that I actually went as for Halloween last year. I just never filmed a tutorial on my actual Halloween look because I was very busy that day. But I did something very similar to this. It's a pretty easy look. It doesn't take too much time. Okay, so now I'm taking this pink color from that Snazaroo palette and just filling in all those areas there. So I just did like a few dots in each one so you know where I'm putting the pink, and then I filled in the rest off camera because I knew this video already was taking way too long. So the whole thing sped up. Alright, so those are all filled in. Now I'm filling in the nose with black face paint. And then just going over some other outlines. So I'm just putting like shadows on the bones. And then I'm just using the brush once it started to dry off to kind of deepen some of those, what are supposed to be like cuts and stuff. So now I'm taking like a thinner brush with that same black face paint and just outlining the teeth. And then I believe after this I just go over all my other previous black outlines to darken them up a little bit. Forgive me guys for sounding so tired. It's really late at night. I always have to do these when the baby goes to bed. So now I'm just filling in my eyebrows with a liquid liner, like a kind of dried out one, just so that they wouldn't be as dark as if I'd used the face paint. And then I also used the black face paint because it's like a water activated one. I did a winged liner with it as well. So now I'm just doing some small details with the black brush, thin brush. And now I'm taking white face paint and doing some like fake stitches with that. So I do like one straight stick and then I do a few like X's, as you'll see there. And I just went over those again to make them more vibrant. I'm doing some on my chest too. It looks like it's a little bit off camera, but you get the idea. Now I'm taking the black and just putting the ends on the stitches. So this whole look's very easy, just using like 3 colors mostly and a little bit of eyeshadow. And now I'm just taking the white face paint and doing just a little bit of highlighting. So all those spaces where I've done the black like details is where I kind of do a white highlight on top of it, if that makes sense. And yeah, inside the pink and stuff like that too, just to make it a little bit more 3D, I guess. So I'm just blending that all in. And then the last part of this that I think didn't make it on camera is just those lines under my eyes that are supposed to be like the wrinkles. I did a white highlight on that too. I think I missed filming that for some reason. So I'm just still adding more white highlight. And then the contact that's in the end of this video, which is coming up soon, is Camo Eyes Ghost Contact. So I'll post the link for that in the description. I just only used one. I think the videos are backwards again. I don't know why my GoPro editing software keeps doing that. So yeah, this is just me adding more small details, I guess, that wasn't in the last part. So the last part was me putting the white highlight on top of these small details, but this is supposed to be first. It's the second video in a row. I'm looking into new editing software because this one's not really working out for me. It keeps putting my videos in the wrong order every time, and it's always to the point where I've gotten too far to really change it. So yeah, just bear with me on this. This is a repeat, kind of. And I just darkened up my lips a little bit too and went over that with more blue. So this is the end of the video. So there is my eyes, and thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy and let me know what you think.